Lions preseason game has come and went this week against the Steelers. And let's be real about this game. This game was pretty ugly, especially the first half. Less said about this game, the better. There weren't really that many positives to take from this game. The only positives I could take from this game was that in the second half, the offense looked a lot better with David Blough at quarterback and over Tim Doyle. And the defense looked a lot better when Derek Barnes was thrown in there. The only positives on the defense were Barnes and Okwara, and Julian Okwara, and that's about it. Offense, it was mainly the offense looked better with David Blough. How the Lions went down 23-0 in the first half, and then the Lions almost came all the way back because not only did you have those in there, combining the fact that in the second half, the Steelers once again played down to their competition and made the game more competitive than it should have been. Even in preseason, the Steelers still play down to their competition. And this was against the Lions' second and third stringers. And the Lions' depth looked very concerning in that first half. And then the Steelers played down to that crappy roster. But yeah, let's be real. I'll just say this after this game. Anybody that had the Lions making the playoffs this year is a fucking idiot. Because everyone's like, oh my god, the Lions are gonna make the playoffs. We got a new coach. We got a new GM. We got a new QB. Because Stafford was the problem. Patricia was the problem. Quinn was the problem. No, you fucking dumb shits. That's not how this works. The problems were well beyond all that. It don't work that way. I know some of you will now come in and say, oh, well, that's worked for other teams. Yeah, well, that only works if you already have the pieces in place. The Lions do not. But yeah, the Lions are going to be really bad this year. Especially after this game. But fuck. Yeah. I think me picking the Lions to win 5 games this year may have been a little too generous. They might only win fucking 2 or 3 games this year. Maybe even less. Hell, there's a good chance the Lions end up with the first overall pick or even the second overall pick. I don't know. For the Tank Bowl this year, it's going to be between probably the Lions and the Texans for the first overall pick since Houston looks pretty bad. Especially since we don't know the situation on Deshaun Watson. If he's even going to play this year or not. With all those allegations piling up against him. But yeah, this is a rebuild, and it's going to take at least 3 to 5 years to fix this team. For sure. And that's on some real shit. But yeah. And of course, part of this game was also punishment from the football gods for the Lions once again doing some petty bullshit with their roster cuts. Because remember last year when the Lions fired Braden Combs over some petty bullshit in the Titans game last year? And then the football gods punished the Lions for that shit? By making the entire coaching staff test positive for the Black Plague. And then the Lions' end result was they had to get completely bitch-slapped on national television by Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, the Lions didn't learn their lesson from that last year because Dan Campbell pulled some petty bullshit and chose to cut Don Muhlbach on his birthday of all days. Even Dan Campbell admitted he fucked up saying he was an asshole for that. At least Dan Campbell was honest that was petty of him to do that shit. But at the same time, you can't really fault him for that. Because he had to make roster cuts that day and cut the roster down by 5 players. And Don Muhlbach, all he was really good at is long snapping, and the Lions want to get younger, and it's obvious that Don Muhlbach was not in the Lions' long-term plans. So Don Muhlbach, despite all his years of service, he just happened to be in the wrong place at the wrong time. But the football gods do not take kindly to that. Despite Dan Campbell admitting he fucked up, the football gods still don't care and show no mercy. Because for the Lions pulling petty bullshit, they had to be punished again. Mainly that entire first half was punishment for the Lions pulling some petty bullshit. But will the Lions learn their lesson from that? Hell no. That requires too many damn brain cells. They'll probably pull some more petty bullshit again. And again. And again. And it'll just be a never-ending cycle. Maybe one of these days the Lions will learn not to fire or cut people over some petty bullshit. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, this season's gonna be pretty rough. For any Lions fans that get too goddamn emotional, save your goddamn energy. Because it's not gonna be worth it this year. The team is gonna be this bad. It's just gonna be more of a laughingstock. Like, I have really no expectations for the team this year. Like, my one expectation for the team this year is I want this team to be at least fun and exciting to watch this year. And so it's looking like this year, after 2 games of preseason and all the testing and tuning we've seen so far, this team might be a goddamn chore to watch this year. All I say is that for the next 3 to 5 years, Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes definitely have their work cut out for them. And with this game, it also means one more thing. The Lions are no longer the best team in Detroit right now. I believe that title now belongs to the Tigers. Since the Tigers are actually making some decent progress right now. But the Tigers might lose that title in a year or two, when the Red Wings and or the Pistons finish their rebuilds and complete that. So yeah. End of an era. So, this is going to be a rough year. But Lions fans will probably still get too emotional. Hell, I'm willing to bet any amount of money that a number of Lions fans are going to demand for Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell to be fired after week 1. I'm guaranteeing a number of Lions fans are going to do that because the fan base is this toxic. And Lions fans will complain about literally anything. Because they all live fucking miserable lives and can't be happy for once. And I'm willing to bet There Goes Moby's gonna lead that charge after week 1. I'm willing to bet any amount of money on it. But yeah. Anyway, next week we get our final preseason game against the Colts. Odds are the Lions probably lose that game and they go 0-3 in preseason. So yeah, it's going to be a rough year. Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes got a lot of work to do the next few years to get this roster rebuilt. Like, I think we're going to see this year that the problems were well beyond Matt Patricia and Bob Quinn. And they were and we're also going to see that Matt Stafford was never the problem. And any Lions fan that thinks that Stafford was the problem is a complete fucking idiot and a clown. But yeah. Need I say more? So yeah, and also after next week's preseason game, I'm also going to reveal my playoff predictions. And spoiler alert, though I do not have the Lions making the playoffs for obvious reasons. Because I'm not a complete idiot like majority of this fan base. But yeah, anyway, that's all I gotta say. See y'all for next week's preseason test and tune disaster. Peace.